my seat. Powder footprints falling off my feet. If the wind right.
All right, what's up, everybody? This is another installment of the Who Knows Ball podcast. I'm your host, AG. To the left of me, we got to the left of Molly Moore, we got
Trinity, man.
All right, it's been an interesting week to say the least. We're gonna start with this week 4 recap. I think the game that we all have to mostly get into is Baltimore. Do you want to start us off with that, Maul?
We lost half the team. It was just an all-around bad game. Defensively, the problems were still there. Offensively, we couldn't get anything going. You can't protect Lamar. You can't hold on to the ball. And we gave life to a team that was seemingly spiraling in the wrong direction. So right now, we're 1-3. And we got a couple guys hurt, including Lamar. And it just wasn't a good showing. It wasn't a good showing. The game was close for a little bit, but then got away really fast. And we need help.
Y'all definitely need help.
We need help. We need something because we weren't good, y'all.
Who's y'all QB2?
We got Cooper Rush.
Okay.
He is a proven backup quarterback. With his time with the Dallas Cowboys, so he has some experience in coming in and, at least, riding the ship out and not letting it sink. And hopefully we only have him for 2 to 3 weeks. That's what they're saying. I think we have a bye somewhere in between there, but our opponents coming up this week is the Texans, and I believe after that it's the Rams, then Chicago. So there's a lot to be, said. And I don't know what to say.
Let's definitely talk about that defense. I definitely thought y'all was going to lock in a little differently.
Or legacy game.
It was a Zach Orr legacy game. He had a lot to prove coming off the last week. I just was not impressed. I didn't see many adjustments from Zach Orr.
I ain't seen nothing from Zach. Not one thing.
He and I gave him time, and I wanted to give him time, especially what happened last year when we started out slow. Then we turned it around for the last 10 weeks. But, it's coaching. I watched some of the film. Guys seem confused out on the defensive end, don't know where to go, or, get caught with the hoopla and don't play their assignment, and you got guys running wide open. It's tough because, we're dealing with injuries on top of everything else. And, we didn't have most of our defensive line play this week on top of getting hurt last week. So he's up against it, and I don't see it getting any better because he's not a guy defensively that can scheme things open, scheme pressures, make you feel uncomfortable in any way pre-snap. So yeah, unfortunately we're in this position, and I don't see, anyone coming in to save us. So we got to look ourselves in the mirror and figure it out, man. It's just what it has to be.
I also watched some of that Baltimore film, and Lamar just was not playing like Lamar either. Like he was not playing how he was supposed to.
That's a fact.
He had a lot of rushing lanes, and I understand he wanted to throw more. So like we've seen the evolution of Lamar, but he was missing passes. Like there were guys open.
It was just an all around bad showing. Unfortunately for him, it ended with him getting hurt. But yeah, he had 2 turnovers. He had an interception, then he had a fumble off his own guy. It's just ball every week with every game with Baltimore. It's just ball security. Like it comes down to that, and none of the guys really, take pride in taking care of the ball. It seems like, and it starts with the coach. It just does. It starts with the coaching. If you're allowing it to happen, then
you either coaching it or you allowing it.
So we got to figure some stuff out. Now that I've been looking, I said, listen, it's still early. I wouldn't say we're completely dead, but we're hurting. We're gonna need some help. We're gonna need some stumbles along the way while we're trying to figure our shit out. But Yeah, it's just defensively we're shot. I don't think it's gonna get any better.
Panic button or not yet?
Not yet.
Okay.
Only because no one's really separated yet.
Yeah.
There's only 2 undefeated teams, one on each conference, Philadelphia and Buffalo. So no one's really separated themselves. Like our division leader has a 2-game lead, which is not, and they've played no one within the division yet. So there's time. We just got to do what we got to do on our end. We got a bye coming up in the next couple weeks, so use that to our advantage, get healthy, and then see if we can go on a run because the back half of our schedule is very light. It is. I mean, so we can make something happen at the back end, but right now,
You think y'all got to look to trade? You think y'all got to look to make a trade to upgrade something on your team?
I would say pass rusher.
What about defensive tackle too? Now that
But it's tough. No one's giving up defensive tackles, and the defensive tackle that we want,
Jeffrey Simmons might be out there. He might be available. Titans are sinking.
he might, but he might not.
Yeah.
So, and they, their asking price, knowing that we're needy, it might be higher.
It's an all-pro.
Yeah. So they might ask for something we're not comfortable, with giving. And he's a premier defensive tackle, so
Facts.
he may demand it first. And I just don't feel comfortable doing that because I don't know where the season's going right now. If it totally landslides, then
You wouldn't give up a first for Simmons if you like.
I wouldn't give up a first for Simmons if the season. What would be the point if the season?
Because you got him for next year too, and your boy might be out with that neck injury for a long time.
But I necessarily understand. But if that is that warranted a top 10 pick possibly?
You think y'all gonna be picking in the top 10?
When you have 5 guys out on starters out on defense, and you have 2 starters out on offense, one being your quarterback, the back, it can go that way. I'm not saying, but I've seen the NFL. When your starter's not in, not everybody does great. And it's just the facts of the matter is, and you got to be real with yourself. When the starter's not in, not everybody does great. Now, can we come together and, look ourselves in the mirror and compete and see where we end up in the fourth quarter at the end of the game? Yeah.
They were saying that he's projected to go for a second and a third due to the Parsons trade. Would you be comfortable with that?
I'd be comfortable with that.
Yeah, right.
I like Jeffrey Simmons. I'd be comfortable with that. But I don't know. Does he? We had Namdi. Does he fix our defensive woes? Like we had a defensive tackle All-Pro who was producing well before he got hurt. But people were still scoring on us. People still running on us. People still passing on us. Some games we had no sacks. Some games we had 1 sack. So it ain't like the pressures are coming in crazy. So I don't know. We'll see when we get there. I say give it 3 more weeks. We'll see where we are, and then after that, we'll figure out what we need to do in the front office. If we need to bring somebody in because we still have a chance, or we'll go in another direction because guys aren't healthy, and it all depends on Lamar. I mean, a hamstring is a hamstring. They usually don't get better through the duration of the season.
Yeah, at all.
And he's a runner. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see. It's a big problem. It's unfortunate, but it's where we're at right now.
Definitely we'll see. All right, well, that's one game knocked down. There was another interesting game that surprised me a lot. Let's get into these Chargers and Giants. Trey, what you got to say about that?
Same old Chargers, yo. I mean, it's just whenever things are going well, you could book us for a big time injury. Like, book it right here. Derwin James is gonna go down soon. Like,
Speaking out of my boy?
Just the way that it's going, the year that we're having, dude's getting banged up. He gonna miss some time. It's just that type of year. But we lost Joe Alt. I think that had he had finished the game, the result could have been different because Herbert probably would have got hit a little bit less, giving him a little bit more time to maybe make a play. But the offensive play calling, Omarion Hampton, 12 carries for 128 yards or whatever it was and a touchdown.
You got to keep feeding them.
I heard a stat at one point, we had 35 plays and we ran the ball 6 times.
That's insane.
That's not Greg Roman. That's not Jim Harbaugh. So, like, we were out of character all day. I mean, the defense played okay.
Do you think it's because they think Herbert's good enough to win you these type of ball games? where the ball is in his hands. I mean, obviously you want to rush it a little more.
Yeah.
But he is a rookie running back. The Giants were doing some good things. I mean, he had a rush of what was it, 70 yards?
Yeah.
Or so.
Took on fours.
And then if you plus the other 11 that he had for 40, they pretty much did a good job besides that big explosive run. So I just felt like maybe your coaches wanted to put the ball in Herbert's hand, who has been playing good, and have him distributed over the field and, take advantage of a Giants defense that's not really that good in the back end or in the secondary.
Yeah.
Personally.
But if we're going to do that, which we didn't, so we did that. But if we're going to do that, we got to get the ball out of his hands quick. We need to get Ladd underneath involved. We got to get Omarion Hampton in the screen game.
Ladd had a lot of drops in this game.
He did.
He wasn't.
Not a good showing for my boy, but it's all right. Early, whatever. But I think we could have done Justin Herbert a better service by getting the ball out of his hands, because having him drop back, trying to wait for stuff to develop with 3 backups out there on the line, that's not a recipe for success.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we lost by 3. Like I said, the defense, we had 6 sacks.
You had a couple goal line stops.
Goal line stops. Thule, way to show out, boy. 10 tackles, 4 sacks.
Yeah.
Let us see that. You know what I mean? If we can stay healthy on that side of the ball, we're going to be in every game this year. So, I mean,
Do you think the stagnant of your offense last year showed up in this game?
Yeah, once the injuries happened, though. Once Joe Alt went out, that's when everything... Because, we always start slow. We always start slow. It's Joe Lombardi, year 3 Herbert, that was the one year where we would score first possession type shit. You know what I mean? Other than that, every year after that, it's been maybe the last year of Brandon Staley, we would not score in the first quarter. You know what I mean? So,
yeah.
Do you think that y'all should use the spy more on the rookie QB, knowing that is his tendency to run? All preseason, he was showing that.
Yes, and I think this upcoming week against Jaden Daniels, we're going to have...
Oh, he's back this week?
Yeah, he's playing.
Oh.
So, we're definitely going to need that this week.
All right. Not bad at all. Not bad at all. We'll see what y'all do this week if y'all let down again.
Panic button is in my pocket, yo. No joke.
At 3-1?
Yep. Because it's the chart. I seen this movie before, man.
What's panic button though? Panic button is no playoffs, no chance, or what's panic button? I don't understand.
Not winning the division. Selling the division. Selling the division.
You could still go to the playoffs and have a chance.
Yes,
so
but we can't blow this opportunity.
You got to win the division?
Yes, we can't blow this opportunity that we had, bro. We cannot blow it.
Is it winning the division? Is it just, it gives you a mindset of you won the division, or do you really just want a home playoff game because you guys play better at home?
Both.
You think people are...
Y'all know. That's the first thing dudes say. When was the last time you won the division? This, that, and the third. So we need that. We had it. It was right in front of us. Ours to take. And now shit's looking a little smoky. So
I just don't think you're in panic.
Nah, not yet. I said it's in my pocket. Yeah, it's in my pocket,
Pocket mean you about to go in there. I mean, you got to have
It's there.
You're 3-1. You're leading your division.
Yeah.
I think you're second in the conference.
Big week this week, yo.
So, and you had an out-of-conference loss. So it doesn't go against you in the long run.
Right.
When we're talking about playoffs and seeding.
Yep.
So.
It's true. It's true.
We'll see.
But this Sunday, game of the week, according to Tom Brady, it's huge, yo. It's huge for everything we're trying to do.
Definitely is a big game. All right, well, I guess we'll move on. Dallas Cowboys versus the Green Bay Packers. I mean, there's good and bad with this game. We end in a tie. Nobody ever wants to end in a tie. I wish that they changed that rule, by the way, just give us sudden death. You know what I'm saying? Just give us sudden death.
Took sudden death away from overtime.
Yeah, they took it.
It was sudden death. And then, if you guys remember over the years, it was no longer who scored first, which was a field goal.
Yep.
It was who scored the first touchdown. So if you kick the field goal, the other team got a chance to match it or score a touchdown and win.
Mm-hmm.
And then when the
Josh
Kansas
Allen.
City Buffalo game happened, for some reason, it just felt like you know what? Let's just give everybody a chance to do this all the time, no matter what. And then now, even if you score, I get a chance to score, and then you get a chance to score, and then so it's just, yeah, they took the sudden death away from it, aspect away from it, and it's no longer overtime. I've heard somebody say it's almost like an extra period.
Yeah.
And you know, it's if your defense can stop somebody or your offense scores, it's just how that, you know, is gonna happen. But yeah, nobody ever wants to end in a tie, and for you guys, it was a tie.
Yeah, for us it was a tie. In Jerry's mind, though, if anybody watched that thing, it's a win for him because Micah didn't go crazy. And we didn't get blown out at home by the Packers like we unfortunately typically do.
Can I say this?
Yeah, go ahead.
I think it is a win for Dallas.
Yeah.
It's a W for Dallas.
Yeah.
And only in an aspect of not in the win column, but as your mental and your psyche and your understanding that Green Bay was just crowned this great team just like 2 weeks ago. They're full complete
Yeah, they were looking
team.
good.
NFC, you know, conference championship. They can make it that far, Super Bowl berth. And then, you know, Dallas traded Micah Parsons. Their defense is bad. Their defense can't stop a nosebleed either. And then you come into this game and Green Bay doesn't win. And not only don't they win, they don't dominate. And not only that they don't dominate, they're playing catch up. It was Dallas that was scoring and leading. You know, it was Green Bay that had to kick a field goal in overtime with time expiring for them to tie the game.
Yeah.
So, you know, nobody, like you said, nobody wants to end in a tie. But if you're looking at it from a Dallas point of view, it's like, damn, we could have stole that one.
Could have stole it.
But where we are, where our team is, how our back end is looking, and defensively, we'll take it. As long as Dak keep playing like this,
Yeah.
we'll take it.
And no CD.
And no CD. So you
And down 3 linemen.
And down 3 linemen.
And you put up 40.
Yeah.
On a defense that was regarded to be one of the top defenses, you know, next to Cleveland. Yeah. So
facts.
Yeah, I'll take it.
I'm definitely very excited about putting up 40. And I mean, seeing Dak play like that, seeing him get his respect too. Like finally, people are once again like they'll be on the Dak train for a minute and then they'll hop off. But when you see Dak play like that, it's just undeniable. He's one of the best QBs in this league. Go ahead.
Injuries.
Yeah.
Somebody get injured, or they stop seeing you play for a little bit, but it only happens to a certain type of people. We know.
Certain couple of quarterbacks.
Everybody gonna think Joey B gonna come back next year and be balling, right?
Facts.
You know, so when people get hurt and you don't see him for a minute, then you know we get to criticize, we get to throw you in the back, we get to rank you behind all these guys that played before you who had a better season, and we forget that the guy's good, and we forget that he just came off 3 12-5 seasons back to back to back.
Healthy Dak.
A healthy Dak is gonna get you in the playoffs. So, and that's just what it is. And like I said, when injuries happen or somebody's away from the game for a certain amount of time, they forget these things. And then, you know, media outlets and people on ESPN and such, they like to, you know, hop on it, and then everybody hops on it. Yep. Pause. And then, you know, then we forget about it. And then the guy plays again and we're like, oh yeah, shit, I remember that.
Facts. And like when Dak is coming to the line, bro, remember how we was talking about Herbert last, how it's kind of like Dak? Bro, he's commanding that offense. He's reading the defense as well. They were bringing pressure all night. Dak was killing that pressure. The thing that doesn't mess up Dak is pressure. What messes him up is when you disguise the pressure, then you might come back and switch up the defense. That kind of gives him a little trouble. But Dak was definitely dealing all night. Shout out to George Pickens. Finally showed out, and I mean, showed he is a wide receiver one. I don't care what nobody say. He is another wide receiver one. I do hope that we back him up real quick, pay him to keep him on his team, because besides on the field, all the players talk about how good he is in the locker room and off the field. So, I mean, I'm happy to see that go. Javonte Williams, a lot of people were down on that. He's leading a bunch of rushing stats this year. So I'm shout out to that for showing up. So I'm happy with how we showed up. It's just that defense, bro. That defense is horrible. Like we can't get to the we got James Houston who comes in the game. He'll make a game change and play, and then he may sit for almost the rest of the game. Like he is a game changer. You need to keep playing James Houston. Stop trying to force the envelope with other people that we have. We're trying to believe in. Sam Williams makes a play, but then the play he makes is a face mask, and we end up losing yards. So like we force the issue with these other guys when we need to play we need to play James Houston a little more. Shout out to Kenny Clark, showed up. Our linebackers, once again though, are garbage. Jack Sanborn, he might be the slowest linebacker in the league, bro. Like, I don't know what's good with him, but our linebacker play has not been good. I would like to. I'm stuck in between. I want to see us maybe bring somebody else in with a trade, but also like I know we got guys coming back. Yeah, but I also know we got guys coming back from injury soon. I don't like to depend on guys coming from ACLs though. Like you know what I'm saying? Like
for sure.
when you're Overshown is a monster, but like who's to say something else? Well, I think he got injured every year so far.
And it was gruesome. Like it was bad.
Yeah, it was bad.
It was bad.
And so I think he's our best linebacker, but it's like, you're putting you're depending a lot on that.
Mm-hmm.
Then if he goes down again, you're back in the same situation. Our corners are not in a good situation right now. Dobbs or Dubs, however you say his name, had 3 TDs.
Yeah.
That jersey is gone, my brother. That jersey is down, my brother. But Dubs had 3 TDs, which, I mean, head tap, Bland. He was doing his thing, so shout out to him. But yeah, the defensive end, we got to get better because I'm not trying to have Dak need to score 40 points every week to win. You know what I'm saying? It would be nice if the defense could help him out, take some pressure off. But overall, this game is what you expect when you trade your best defensive player before the season. So that may be the trend of us all season, unfortunately, where we're just like, all right, well, traded your best player and you got these other guys coming off injuries and we're playing catch up in that department. So we'll see what happens there. I did like our coaching though. Brian Schottenheimer is calling he's calling good games.
Does he run your offense?
Yeah, he runs the offense.
Yeah,
and Clayton Adams, the dude that we got from the Cardinals, he used to be a part of the Cardinals run game. He completely transformed our run game, and now the Cardinals run game has kind of gone downhill once they lost him. So that was a huge pickup for Dallas, and it's actually paying off great dividends right now. But yeah, I'm like what I'm seeing from our boys just offensively. I really don't know how. Wait, who do we play next? Actually, don't know who we play next. I gotta check that out. Oh, we play the Jets. So I mean that should be a win, but with us, you never know. But that's a fact. But some other Week 4 games. What stuck out to you? Actually, let's start with that Eagles Buccaneers game.
Well,
when y'all want to kick us off?
Listen,
free AJ Brown, yo.
But I gotta tip my hat to Jalen Hurts. he I don't know how he does it, bro, but he does it.
I can't just say Jalen Hurts. I got to tip my hat to the Eagles.
Right,
yes,
right. But he's not fucking it up.
Yeah.
He's not.
Yes, that's what.
He's not. And you almost think of him like 2. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, when is this thing gonna fucking
Right.
It's not.
Right.
It's not. It's ugly, and we just want to just kill him real. And he just goes about his business. His touchdown passes are the easiest touchdown passes you can ask somebody to pass for a touchdown. And he gets it, and it counts as a touchdown pass.
0 for 8 in the second half, though, with 0 passing yards. It's just like, bro.
It's insane.
My quarterback can never have that kind of game.
Let Justin Herbert do that.
We'll get blown out by 40.
And credit to, the other side of the ball for the Eagles that, they come to play.
They come to play.
And
shout out to Howie for building that
just
team.
about to say.
Like, Howie is a madman for the way he builds his
It's a
roster.
combination because the offense doesn't turn the ball. No, we're not explosive, but we don't turn the ball over. And the defense is we don't let a lot of people score. So we give our offense the lead most of the time.
Yeah.
Quick in games. So, I think that on the other side, the Buccaneers, I think, they just got punched in the mouth.
Yep.
And, when they
turnover.
looked up, they had turnover. When you looked up, they was down by 17. And it was just a fight to call back into it. And the Eagles are a hard team to, try to come back against, especially when they have a big lead like that.
Baker made a lot of old Baker plays, y'all.
Yeah. It was a classic performance for him.
Baker is...
No, the bad Baker, the bad old Baker plays. He was bugging this game.
You're going to get some.
Yeah.
You're going to get 277
Jordan
yards.
Love. That's what I'm
You know
saying.
what I'm
They
saying?
won in this.
And then you forget about
But
it.
that's just why I don't put him in top 5 yet, bro. Because sometimes he has, it rears his ugly head too much for me as well.
I feel like he's now he's your modern day gunslinger. Still,
He's definitely slinging it.
because we have a lot of people who are more conservative with the ball. They don't want to take as many risks, take as many chances. And Baker, from where he started out to where he is, all he does is, play that type of ball.
Yeah.
And
Sometimes you need to know when to throw the ball away though.
Yeah.
Like that pick, what they were inside their own 20 maybe, and he's running around and then just tries to haul it to the end zone and pick, and then that
and I don't mean this
throw it away
to
sometime.
compare him to saying this, but I feel like it's like a Brett Favre like effect. Like, why are you throwing that, bro? Like, you have 4 touchdowns in the game, but you have 3 interceptions in the game. But we won the game, and you have 400 yards passing. So yeah, he could definitely be better cleaning it up. But like, give credit to the Eagles and what they were doing defensively to maybe confuse him.
Quinyon Mitchell was on his shit.
Or, the blanket his
He's one of them,
So, he's throwing in through tight windows, and then they were also causing pressure on him. So he was under duress sometimes. And, I think the Eagles as a whole they're just a good team. Obviously another Jalen Hurts, underperforming stat line.
Which leads your star wide receiver to start doing them cryptic tweets now.
I was just
so I'm saying
now,
they might get torn apart from within, even though they winning. Yeah,
because I get AJ Brown's side of it. I get his side of it.
But he won a 1,000-yard season. Like, you got to think, he's not trying to finish this season with 400, 500 yards.
I mean, all right, everybody's gonna say
the Super Bowl.
No, I get that, but I'm just saying, like, down the line, once you put in the wide receivers next to each other,
it's selfish, this and that. But at the end of the day, most of these dudes are trying to go to the Hall of Fame, trying to be remembered as one of the greats. And
we always talk about these wide receivers with 1,000 yards. Like, he knows he's capable of doing it. And yeah, we winning, but I know what I could do against these DBs.
Right.
I know I'm one of them guys that they talk about, but I can't show it on the field.
So then that leads me to this. Do you stay in a winning situation, but you're not going to be used like you think you're going to be used, but you're in a winning situation and you have a chance to go to the Super Bowl every year? Or do you pull a Tyreek Hill, think you're being cute, go get paid from a gunslinger or a quarterback that you think is going to just rip it where you can get your stats, where he did get his stats, and be the Miami Dolphins? So it's like a double-edged sword. And
it is.
Definitely.
Let's be honest. AJ Brown coming into the league to the Tennessee Titans, he never really had to feel to be on a sorry-ass team. With those years with Ryan Tannehill and Derrick Henry and the coach
Vrabel.
Those are good Tennessee teams that he came into. Playoff Tennessee, AFC Championship appearances.
A lot of those appearances came though once he got on that team.
Beat Tom Brady, and he was no longer in New England. So he's been on. I say that to say this: he's been on good teams, and he's never been on a sorry team. So he doesn't know. So all he knows is being on good teams and getting his numbers, getting his stats, being who he is. But obviously it's changed, and let's be honest: he's been on the Eagles for like 3 years, where he has been putting on stats. He just hasn't been putting them up. The last year, which he was injured for a portion of that year, and he still had 1,000 yards. And this year has really took off on a slow turn. But we're only 4 games in, and you're 4-0.
I just wonder how long the organization is going to keep putting up with it, because it's happening every year.
Yeah.
Well,
you know what I'm saying? Like
you put up with it as long as you're winning, and when it
till it hurts you. That's
when
it.
it hurts you, or when it stops the winning, then you don't put up with it no more. But shit, I look at the Eagles' schedule. I mean, they're beating all the high power guys in the NFC. The only people they haven't played is probably Detroit. I want to say, if you want to throw Green Bay,
I still put Green Bay in that list, the short list though.
They're probably going to win that division. Beat them. They play Tampa, who's probably going to win that division. Beat them. And and they beat Kansas City, who's probably, the way he's feeling, they could come back, sneak back, win that division. So you think about 3 division champs, they already got W's against. I mean, they're a good team. It's just unfortunate. Like, I understand him. He wants to be a part of the W. I want to look up and say 7 receptions, 111 yards, 1 touchdown with the win. Not look up and say 2 catches, 16 yards, no touchdowns with the win. I understand it. But
just the wide receiver brain.
Yeah,
that's how they wire.
How they are.
Everybody wants to be involved, like whether you're winning or not. You know what I'm saying? And wide receiver is just that position where Like running backs don't really say too much ever. You know what I mean? You might have here and there, but wide receiver is just that position that gets all the attention, you know?
And I just think they're in a position where if AJ doesn't put up the numbers or Smitty doesn't put up the numbers, that they think that the league will look at him as less than or not the same type of caliber of wide receiver. Because you know what happens when you have a down year or something. We call it a down year. He had a down, but this is not a down year. You get what I'm saying? Like your quarterback just not throwing you the ball right now. So we understand who you are. We understand what you bring to the table. We've seen you score in both Super Bowls on bombs. Like we know what type of player you are. Just ride it out right now, man. Just figure it. It's gonna get better later on. He's gonna figure it out. Sometimes matchups are key. Take advantage of some of the teams that you guys are gonna be playing that have a weakened secondary. Maybe get you involved in some quick games, some screen games for run after the catch. I don't know. Just but you do want to involve him. If your player is frustrated and he's one of your all-pro players,
involve him.
You want to involve him. You don't want him to get frustrated. So when the ball does come his way,
drop
pouting,
all that shit.
But the mental's not there.
I will say this though. Whoever, I don't even know who their offensive coordinator is.
Me neither.
But whoever it is, he need to get in the lab fast. Because the routes he's drawing up for AJ Brown to be running is worse than what I seen Greg Roman do to Lamar back in Baltimore. It's bad. So he definitely needs to get in the lab, get a little creative, start scheming some stuff up here and there, like 2-3 times a game. I don't think that's too crazy.
He looks completely different than the Kellen routes. Like Kellen had him with so much more different concepts.
Motion, like all types of shit. So
yeah, I think they'll get right though. But Bucks, I think they'll bounce back from that game too. Y'all know when Mike Evans comes back?
I guess a couple weeks. He's not on
hamstring, so yeah.
2 to 3 weeks usually when you don't go on IR.
You really don't know what those hammies either.
No.
All right, but that was a good game though. Eagles, good W. Another good game we had. I actually did like to see. I like what I saw at the Steelers. Bro, they played a good defense.
They did.
We were just talking about how it was Brian Flores, right?
Yeah, Brian
Flores' defense it's a problem, and bro, Rodgers connected with DK on some
morning game.
No Jalen Warren, right?
Yep.
Gainwell, no Jalen Warren.
Yeah, they had Gainwell.
Yeah, Gainwell stepped in there. He was going crazy. Like, shout out to him because, a lot of people thought that was kind of like a joke of a pickup, but he's showing out there. And shout out to them getting that W in Ireland. How'd their defense do?
Pittsburgh?
Yeah. Actually, they went sick, right?
They did all right.
They've been performing. They've been turning the ball over. They've been doing Pittsburgh shit like they always do.
I think the first 2 weeks, though, they was a little. I got them on fantasy. They were slacking the first 2 weeks. Then the last 2 weeks,
the Jets,
whoever
I forgot who they played week.
The last 2 weeks, they've been coming back.
But they've been forcing turnovers though, and that's all you can ask from a defense. To force turnovers, even in that Jet game, force a turnover. Patriot game, I think they forced 5 turnovers. So they're just forcing turnovers. Defensively, they're getting beat in a lot of places. You could run the ball on them. And they don't scare you as far as, we can't do what we want to do against them. But if you're not careful, they're gonna get the ball. If you don't throw it accurately, they're gonna pick it. If you're not holding it high and tight, they're gonna force a fumble. And they sacked the quarterback.
Yep.
So that's a combination of, being, in place defensively to always have a chance.
Yeah.
To always have a chance. Run. We just gave him 60 yards on an 8-carry, drive, and it's all runs. And the next thing you know, TJ Watt punched it out.
Facts.
That's good defense.
Facts.
That's good defense.
You gotta take that.
Defensively, your main objective always is to take the ball away. It's the number one priority, taking the ball away. So when you do that, no matter how you do that,
number one priority is keeping them out the end zone. Because my defense, we don't turn it over, but it's tough to get in. It's tough to get 6 on us.
You had 6 possessions. And
I hear you.
And you turned it over 6 times. How many times did you get in the end zone?
Hold on, run it back.
If I told you had 6 possessions and you turned it over 6 times, how many times did you get in the end zone? Turnovers, people. This is what I mean. If you turn the ball over, they can't get in the end zone. Yeah, we don't want you to get in the end zone, but if he turns it over, he don't get in the end zone. The turnover happens before the end zone happens.
Yeah, but there's more possessions than that. So you feel me?
I'm just letting you know. But if I get a turnover on every possession, you don't get in the end zone.
Every possession.
I'm just letting you.
Yes.
You obviously you preach not getting in the end
Facts.
zone. You preach
Facts.
taking 3. You
Facts.
preach all those good things.
That's what I'm saying.
But if they're lining up for a field goal and I block a kick, I'm taking.
Nah,
you get what I'm
facts.
saying?
That's a fact.
Or we in the red zone and he's running out the 1 yard line and I punch it through the 1 yard line and it's a touch. Your defensive coordinator taking that every time.
Yeah, 1A, 1B.
Yeah.
1A, 1B for sure. We got another game I want to talk about. Kyler disappointed again in the big division game.
Trash.
Oh, God,
Trash.
You've been waiting for him to break out, so I definitely
fucking guy, bro.
Trash.
It's
200 yards, 2 TDs, 2 interceptions.
Marvin Harrison, not that guy.
Was this the game where he was dropping them at first, but then showed up at the end?
Late. Yep.
Listen, and we're not gonna do this, right? What we do is we gonna say somebody's not that guy, and then you ask how many games the guy played in his career, and he says, he only played 18, just wasn't that guy. Some people are late bloomers. Some people get better progressively. Some people aren't a finished product. Some people could come in. Hold on. Some people could come into the league better than the guy right now, and then the guy later on is better than that guy who came in who was better on.
But Marvin Harrison, dudes was saying he could leave Ohio State early to come to the league.
They say that about every athlete.
No, they don't.
People are overhyped. They say
They
about
don't say it
Jeremiah
about
Smith.
Yeah, okay, but that's another one. Look, because look at what they do. They don't say that about everybody though. It does happen because nowadays we live in an era.
We just say that Marvin Harrison,
Jadeveon Clowney.
Because
I heard it about they say it about people who they feel that they can say it about.
Dudes be freaks. Pause.
Marvin Harrison is just not that guy that was advertised yet.
Marvin Harrison not better than Quentin Johnson right now.
But that's all right. Quentin Johnson been in the league 3 years and got better progressively, Trey. We all thought Quentin Johnson was ass, rightfully so.
He still is.
And then it took him not 17 games, not 34 games, but it's taking him, game 36 and 37 and 38 and 30 for him, and that's fine.
Check my boy's stats from last year.
But understand, listen, we used to be able to let dudes do that, and then it used to be like, oh shit. Now it's like, if you're garbage and if you don't find your footing in the NFL as fast as we would like you to,
as a first round pick,
you're trash. And we've been spoiled as sport fans for real that these kids come in and they're dominant and they're special and they're exciting and they're electric, and we're like, oh shit, why isn't everyone like this? And it's just, the sports doesn't work like that in any sport. Not football, basketball, baseball. Sometimes players take a little bit more to develop. I believe in coaching. I believe in system. I believe in instilling confidence in that player, and I believe in having people around him to really reach his full potential.
Facts.
But not everybody necessarily has that.
So do you think Marvin Harrison is next up as he was projected?
I think
with time
he's had a slow start, and there is room for criticism. I understand.
I seen a stat, yo.
But I also
I seen a stat, like, to this point in his career, him and his dad, same exact catches and yards.
So you get what I'm saying? It's unfortunate that he was a first round pick and his name was, following from a Hall of Famer and a Super Bowl champion, and there's a lot of that come with that. They want you to be Marvin Harrison senior right now. And like you said, they forget about the early 2000s with Peyton Manning and Marvin Harrison in that offense. So you don't remember it. So you only remember the back end. You remember with the Reggie Waynes and everybody was putting up numbers and Peyton Manning was winning all the MVPs and stuff like that. But it took some time.
Kyler, though, stink. Done.
Listen, Kyler.
I think we've seen enough.
We've seen enough.
To come to a.
He might need a fresh start, maybe somewhere else.
He's a fresh start. He maybe needs something.
He's not
someone to really, key in on what he does well and put a team around him. Because I saw something, someone said they drafted.
Again, Joe Alt for sure over Malik Neighbors, because like you just said, obviously we lost Rashawn Slater, but to have two bookends, two Pro Bowl, all-pro level tackles, you don't find that.
But that's where, when we talk about Kyler, we're watching the Arizona Cardinals not really put the right pieces around him.
Yeah.
not do what they need structurally for the foundation of the team to be strong. I have a quarterback who gets hit, who's smaller. Why not why not beef up an offensive line and then worry about adding other pieces, which you can always add a free agency. You can always grab gems later on in the round, and later rounds. But what you can't grab is an all-pro, Hall of Fame, generational left tackle or right tackle. And you're picking that high usually all the time. I wouldn't even look at a shiny new toy. I swear I wouldn't. If I was Arizona, I wouldn't. It'd be tackle, D tackle, edge, center, guard, something around there. Unless all jokes aside, a Jeremiah Smith is there where you just can't pass it up. But other than that, that makes because you felt that way about.
Yeah, I say that's unfortunate because Marvin Harrison was that guy. He was talking like that.
Yeah, bro.
Damn if you do, damn if you don't, and you gotta, I guess that's why the GMs they're put in these positions. They make that money. They gotta make those picks, and they gotta make sure and hope those picks work out.
Mm-hmm.
And if they don't work out, then they usually don't have their job for that long. So it's just unfortunate. You're right.
Some of the things in that game though were not just offensive line issues. It's just Kyler
Decision making. He be bugged out.
There's no confidence.
He be bugged out.
Yeah.
There's no when the lack of confidence from the quarterback is gone, and then you're getting hit. Bro,
He be getting blasted. He's so
tiny that like he gotta man. Get this shit out of here. I don't know. I'm overthrowing niggas just to get the shit out of my hands because these motherfuckers won't block nobody, and I see yeah, man. Kyler, listen. I think after this year they should blow it up.
Yeah.
Depending, seeing if I think they're 2-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So let's see. The season's long. It can go a lot of different ways. But right now it wasn't a good showing. But the first 2 weeks you said, oh, okay. But NFL's by week to week basis.
Week to week. Very week to week.
On the flip side of that game, real quick, Darnold, man.
Yeah, Darnold. He's still showing out.
Steady.
I don't think he had any turnovers.
I don't think so either.
No turnovers. Yeah, steady. He's exactly what you want at the quarterback position. He's playing well.
Yep.
And he's a prime example of when you're a first round quarterback and you don't have the right people around you, or they don't give you enough time. Then you play and then you develop who you are over the amount of time, 2-3 years, however long.
Yeah.
And then you come out and you show it. Another prime example, he's ash right now. Geno Smith.
Yeah.
You get rid of these guys. They go to another program. Somebody believes in them. You make an offense around them, and then they flourish. And it's like, why is it like this? And why can't it be for the people who drafted them in the first place? So shout out to Sam Darnold, man. Keep doing your thing.
Keep balling, Sammy.
Balling. It's not the system no more. It seems like it's him. So
Mike McDonald, man.
Yeah, definitely. Mike McDonald, he's brought a lot over there.
Yeah.
One thing, so the Texans beat the Titans 26-0. Do y'all think that this is more CJ Stroud is starting to show up again, or the Titans are ass?
Titans are ass. Titans are pure. Honestly, they're probably picking one again.
Yeah.
Back-to-back ones is crazy.
Yeah. They could squeak out a game, maybe two, but that gotta be like a game where somebody's either sleepwalking or they're playing a backup or a team that's just decimated.
Bro, I was so high on Calvin Ridley coming into this year.
Bro, me too.
Why?
I'm stuck on
He's good.
Yo, I'm stuck on Alabama Calvin Ridley, bro.
And Jacksonville, he was good, bro.
But I just always see Calvin in that fucking crimson, yo, and I'm like, I know his potential, bro. I know what Calvin was supposed to be.
He's done it.
He's done it. He's shown it.
I just never thought he was like. I thought he was a good wide receiver.
Was he in Atlanta?
Yeah. That's where he was on.
Yo, he's balling in Atlanta. Like, I still see it.
That was so many moons ago.
It was.
It was.
He got paid.
Facts. And that's what happened. Went to, where did he get paid? Jacksonville?
Yeah, I
and
think
that's where the wheels fell off?
No, Tennessee paid him.
Again, though, but he got paid after he left the Falcons.
Yeah, okay, yeah.
Yeah, I just, every year I got that belief in him. And I guess I need to put my expectations down.
Yeah, bro, that was nuts.
Because he looks...
Elick is the number one over there, bro.
Yeah.
Like, that's
and
crazy.
he's a good receiver. I liked him in college, but he should not, like, when you're coming into the season, you're going to think Calvin has that hands down.
For sure, bro.
6-0.
and you got drops. You not running routes good. You don't look confident.
Who are literally they can't even block for CJ Stroud.
For real.
And it's just so that's just they're probably picking number one again and back to back ones. Is
Back to
crazy.
back ones is nuts, bro.
Well, you know,
Yeah, you got a clean house.
I wonder who they would pick with that pick.
His man's probably right now, as it stands.
Caleb?
Ruben Bain.
Or Ruben Bain.
Nah, Ruben Bain probably.
You won't get Jeremiah. No, it's not. Shiny toys. Shiny
No,
toys.
1-1? Yeah, you can't go wide receiver 1.
No, he doesn't come out this year anyway, so he don't have to worry about
Facts.
All right, that was a good game, though. Then we got, so the Jags and the 49ers. Purdy is not looking, I don't know if it's that injury, but he is looking.
He was never that. He was that when he had the best.
The Monstars around
the
him.
Eagles. Basically, he had the Eagles.
2
pretty
touchdowns, 2 interception game. He had 308 yards, but yeah, I was not impressed.
much. Yeah, and
308 yards. I'm 309 yards, my bad.
the
Then
49er defense also is not what it once was either.
yeah. It's not, I mean, we might have to take Fred off their hands, man. Fred come home. Fred come home.
He's flying around.
He's the
like
best in
a
football, bro.
madman.
He's
Yep.
the best in football.
He is. Oh my god!
It's fun to watch, yo. It's that ass fun to watch.
He's a hell of a player, man.
He plays football the way football is
right.
intended to be
Yes.
played,
Yeah.
bro. Real shit.
Yes.
He's definitely
He's the
a
best
leader, bro.
linebacker in football.
Lifts everybody up
By
on
a
the defense.
long shot, like a very long.
And dude, I remember when dudes wanted to argue about Roquan, man.
Well, listen, not for nothing.
Fred versus
When
Roquan.
Roquan was to his
I
peak
know.
of his power.
Give me Fred
He
though.
was blowing shit up and doing the same shit Fred was doing too now. And I don't know what the fuck happened.
Yeah,
Nigga,
he just-
I don't know what happened. I literally
They told you
last-
seafood.
You know,
Them crab cakes out there in
I hate
Baltimore.
to give a guy this credit when he lost PQ, and it's funny saying that because he was a
He was saying
dog.
the other
He,
thing.
he was a dog in Chicago, and I
Yeah.
don't know who he had next to him.
Facts.
He came to us, and I remember, when that trade happened, he was like a man on fire.
And
He was
at that time, PQ stock was down.
Yeah.
exactly, and they just complement each other, and it was such a perfect marriage, and they just fed off each other, and obviously we couldn't keep PQ, and ever since then, I mean, obviously Roquan, I think he had an All-Pro last year.
Yeah.
He had an okay year. It wasn't as good as his previous years.
Just sandwiching how they
But
sandwiching.
this yeah, no, it's I mean,
Nah,
you
he did. He had a
can
good year. Nah, he had a good year. He had a good year. He had a good year.
I mean, he has a touchdown this year, and so he comes up sometimes, and then in other times he don't show up at all. Like I watched that Detroit Lions game, and it's like Penny Sewell was. It's like, and the wild part is when you look at it, all he had to do, because he was, he's coming, and there's so much you could do with the tackle. If you just hit him in his mouth,
That's it. That's his job.
That's all it took.
That's his
Every
job.
time he did. Stop his momentum. Now, if he drives you back, that's fine. But for you to try to move out the way or totally remove yourself from the play or the running lane in the hole entirely,
Bro.
I never seen him do that. I don't know if he was injured. I don't know if it was a psyche thing. I just never see. Y'all never seen him do it. Like that was a brand new film study that you watch with Roquan where you seen somebody come towards him and he backs away.
He was worried about the king crabs.
King crabs after the game. Snow crabs in them. It's just sad to see.
Yeah.
Real sad to see.
Shout out to Fred, yo. Keep doing your thing.
Shout out Fred.
Listen,
We need you in Dallas, Fred, for real.
We'll take you in LA, baby boy.
Bugging.
You know where he
Cali
want. You
kid.
know where you really want to
Cali
come
guy.
to change shit, Fred. You know?
Not be coached up by Zach Orr. I'll tell you that.
We don't get Fred, defensive coordinator.
Okay, that might be some.
Yeah.
Another game that I want to talk about, did the Lions beating the Browns show y'all something for the Lions? Because the Browns was a top defense.
Yeah.
They put up 34.
Yeah.
Um,
I believe they're still that team.
They are that team. I think they had to get the jitters out versus Green Bay.
And
Was
that's a
that,
divisional game. Too.
Yeah.
Like, shit happened.
yes, I'm saying get the jitters out versus them. But
It was away, right? And it was in
They were in Green Bay, yeah.
So,
Green Bay not at home looks like a completely different
That's a
team.
fact.
They look like a completely different team. Like their powers get neutralized when they get out of Green Bay.
The
And
back weeks is crazy.
if they don't have the 1 seed and they go on a road for the playoffs, that might be something to look out for. But yeah, I did like what I saw from the Lions. Monroe went crazy, I'm pretty sure. Gibbs went crazy.
Lions who
Yeah,
what they were.
Yeah.
With the departures of their offensive coordinator, defensive
Aiden
coordinator.
Hutchinson DPOY candidate.
Yeah, and
What, balling?
so they got new coordinators that are calling up some good ass games, man.
Not really.
And the 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 Aiden Hutchinson, him being back, they look different, they feel different, they run different. It's just a different attitude about them, a different mentality, a physicality. The physicality about them is at a high, at an all time high right now. And they're smacking people in the mouth, bro, and they're running it and they're pushing you around. And they took the number one defense and
Pushed them around.
And they didn't play with their food, and they did what they do. So the Lions looking good. I appreciate it. The Browns are in the division. I don't think they're doing nothing anyway, but I always appreciate when someone beats
In division.
an in-division rival for sure.
Makes sense. All right, so now let's move on to the next topic. We want to talk about Super Bowl pretenders and contenders. So who y'all think are the contenders?
Contenders.
Oh, you guys are a pretender.
Pretenders.
So you don't believe in yourself no more.
Playoffs, but Super Bowl pretenders.
Super Bowl pretender. The Ravens were contenders.
Pretenders.
We are Super Bowl pretenders.
Honestly,
We've been masquerading around as this team that can be this and do this and run over people, and that's just not the case this year. And to be honest, it was before the injuries. Offensively, we look good. I never, come into a season think that we're not going to be able to score points, but defensively, this is not a championship defense. This is not a playoff defense. This is not a division champ defense. So, I don't Super Bowl. That's the farthest, and it's crazy because we start the season and we're favorites and everybody likes us, and it's only been 4 weeks, and it's funny how fast the NFL can make you feel and change, and it can change the reality of teams in general, just from getting into the season, the entire off season till now. And now you got teams like the Colts that people are saying can go to the Super Bowl, or
I will never go that far.
But this is what they do because they got a good defense. Daniel Jones is there. Jonathan Taylor's looking like he's coming back to form, like when he was the rushing champ. And if you look around, it's the flavor of the week or the flavor of the month. Every team looks good until they lose, and then they don't look good until they win, and then they look good again, and then until they lose, and then so
for me, there's only two contenders in the AFC.
It's right now. It's the Bills and everybody else.
Yeah, I say that, but I can't. Once again,
it's the Bills in Kansas City.
Yeah, that's it. Bills in Kansas City. Like until Kansas City doesn't do it, I can't say that they aren't there. So it's the Bills in Kansas City, and then
Kansas City.
Everybody else.
Throw a dark horse in there.
Go ahead.
Until I see something different, I'm gonna ride with the Steelers, bro.
Oh, all right. I was about to say, don't do that. Yeah.
With the Steelers as contenders because, listen, they're however you want to slice it, they winning games. Their defense is taking the ball away, and Aaron Rodgers is doing enough and a better job than Russell Wilson last year and Justin Fields. So a combination of that. And, Mike T's going to coach them up, so they're going to be competitive. Don't be shocked if you see Pittsburgh, with a chance, depending on how we are, win the division, have a home playoff game, and Aaron Rodgers, win them a playoff game and see if they could, go challenge some other people. They still got some big tests coming up, so we'll see. They haven't played, to the strength of their schedule yet, but I like what the Steelers got, and if you keep having your defense turn the ball over in critical moments in the red zone, then you're always gonna have a chance. And your quarterback don't gotta do too much. Just don't mess up the game. And Aaron Rodgers, I'm sure he's more than serviceable, and you're coached well with Tomlin. Yeah, I think other than them, they're a dark horse. They're not a favorite. No one's really looking at them, but if you forget about them and they get hot or they get their rhythm or their mojo, They could probably knock you out.
Okay, not a bad one, not a bad one. So that's the AFC. Let's go to the NFC. Let's go to the contenders first. The NFC, I think.
Obviously, Philly,
Philly, of course.
Detroit.
Detroit.
Then it's kind of like a little because you got the Bucks, right? Like could be.
I like the Rams more than the
I like
Bucks.
the Rams too. I like the Bucks as well.
You could like those
I think there's more contenders
in the NFC.
in the NFC.
Yeah, it's gonna be a dogfight because you got Green Bay who
And
got to
I
figure
also
some
think
shit out.
Green Bay- I think there are more teams over there are clumped together with a chance to,
Do something.
And that's typically how the NFC is too.
It always is.
Like-
Anybody can go in there and come out on the NFC side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, on the AFC side, you're probably going to play one of the premier quarterbacks on that side in the Super Bowl, just over history, just before Patrick Mahomes.
The NFC got the rosters. The AFC got the quarterbacks.
Always been.
So
recently.
you're always going to play a premier quarterback when you're facing the AFC team. On the NFC team, you're always going to have more roster-based teams collectively that can beat each other, and it's not solely just the onus of a quarterback. So yeah, I think they have four contenders. I like the Rams. I like Philly. I like the Buccaneers, and I like the Lions.
So you would say Green Bay is a pretender then?
I no, I think Green Bay's still a contender. I don't think.
Yeah, right now,
I think
they're contenders.
Listen,
They're a contender in my book too.
would I have liked them to beat the Browns like Detroit beat the Browns? Yes. Would I have liked them to go into Dallas and get a win? Maybe not convincingly, but a hard fought win. Yeah, but sometimes it just doesn't bounce your way. You don't execute. You miss a block, an assignment, a pass, a miscue on a critical down, and it just you look up and you're losing, or you look up and the game's a tie, and you're the one trying to tie it. But I think they still have a chance. I don't think the NFC is that strong where there's going to be a lot of challenges for people. So I think there's going to be multiple teams that have 12 wins.
I think the NFC is stronger than the AFC this year.
I think it's more top heavy.
Yeah,
The AFC you could only really say is two teams like you really got to worry about this year. The NFC you got to worry about 5 teams.
now, but at the same time, you could like our 1 and 3 teams you could worry about.
But the third team was the Steelers. You put
Yeah,
these,
that's one.
yeah, but you put these other NFC
But I'm
teams in
saying
there.
The Chiefs right now are 2-2, dealing with some stuff. We're
That's why I'm saying the NFC is stronger because
Yeah,
you guys aren't really convinced on. You know what I'm saying? The NFC is definitely stronger right now than the AFC. So
it is.
Yeah, no, I mean, in this year,
just like if you look at these AFC teams,
this
like
year specifically, because with the, I mean, I know there's injuries all over the league, but these quarterbacks on the AFC. I mean, if we're just looking down, you got C.J. Stroud, Joe Flacco, Drake May, Bo Nix, Geno Smith,
Trevor
Justin
Lawrence.
Fields, Ward. What's my guy name from Cincinnati right now?
Jake Browning.
Browning. Then you got Herbert, Patty, Josh, Tua, Trevor, Daniel Jones,
That's what I'm
Cooper
saying.
Rush, and then Aaron Rodgers, and it's ill.
It's ill this year. Like
It is.
it may be in different other years, but this year the NFC is definitely a stronger conference. That's why they got more. That's why they got more contenders.
It's yucky.
That's why I think there's
That's
still
why
hope for us.
No, it's still it's hope
Because it's like
that you have to play.
now they letting 7 in. They've been letting 7 in, I want to say, these last couple of years, not 6 anymore. So there's an extra slot. Bro, 9 and 8 to get you in. I'm looking at the 7 best AFC teams, and I'm saying, even if we're, hurt for a little bit and we rip off a 5-game, 6-game, we could sneak in there.
Definitely good.
If we're in a wild card, and I also believe if we do get in there, and if we are hot in a situation where we win a couple games in a row, and your first game is a Buffalo, like we got to go to Jacksonville, they got to play Buffalo, or we got to go to the Chargers, and I mean we got to go to Jacksonville and they got to play Baltimore, or we got to go to the Chargers and they got to play Baltimore as their first game. That's not you're not. Yeah, you feel good. You're at home, and the defense is bad, but you're like, damn, I don't want to go Lamar and like these motherfuckers could pull that shit out on us
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? So like, I think it's gotta be. You just gotta be careful. So we'll see how the season goes because I think there's gonna be it's gonna be top heavy where maybe Buffalo and maybe 2 other teams have like over 11 wins, 12 wins, maybe.
Yeah.
And I think everybody else is going to fall within that 10 win, 9 win, even 8 and 9 win range.
Yeah, I think NFC can be more of a dogfight for sure.
For sure.
Dogfight for sure.
But at the same time, though, like some of those teams might blow some. You know what I'm saying? Like
something. I'm just saying, as of right now.
Yeah.
What we're looking at.
Some of those matchups, with like if they were to meet up in the playoffs, and we think, oh wow, that's gonna be a close one. Pause.
Might blow it out or not. Definitely might happen. But I mean, just like when you're looking at the teams that you don't want to play, you're looking at the AFC teams more like, I'd rather play the Jags than
for sure.
Have to go to Green Bay, who, you know what I mean, something like that.
For sure.
But that's good though. Now I really want to talk about, I have been dying to get to this. I have been dying to get to this. Coaching hot seats. And you know what? For 5 years, I've been saying there's a coach that needs to be on the hot seat.
Yeah.
John Harbaugh,
biggest critic, yo,
should have been fired after the Ravens lost to the Titans in 2019. Pretty sure it's 2019. He should have been fired then. Lamar Jackson saved his job when he even got to that team because he missed the playoffs. How many years did they miss the playoffs before Lamar got there?
3.
3 years missing the playoffs before Lamar got there. Lamar gets there, saves the organization, saves John Harbaugh's job. Then they lose to the Titans in 2019. The Ravens were 14-2 that year.
Yeah, they were.
Titans were 9-8. John Harbaugh should have been kicked out then. He wasn't. They kept giving him more chances. Since that playoff date, they've won 3 playoff games. Okay, 3 playoff games since then. They made 1 AFC championship, and they have a multi-MVP QB. That is underachieving at its best. John Harbaugh should have been let go. Mike McDonald should have never been allowed to leave the building. That was a huge misstep by the Baltimore organization.
They know it too.
They know it. You give John a couple more dollars, send him up to the front office. Mike McDonald, you take over. Instead, they wanted to be loyal to John. They have 3 playoff wins. They underachieve almost every year. And now with this, you have a roster that's falling apart and your window seems to be damn near closed with what you got going on. So you don't know what's going on with your defensive tackle. Marlon Humphrey doesn't look the same. Roquan Smith doesn't look the same. Just the whole defense, the Baltimore defense doesn't look the same. So I don't see exactly what John brings to the team either. He doesn't call the offense, doesn't call the defense. The camera pans to him. He has that face on every time. So in my opinion, John Harbaugh needs to finally be on the hot seat. And I think the marriage is over between Lamar and John. Like, I think someone else needs to run this team and see if they get them over the hump. When they did win playoff games, they beat the Steelers, the Texans, and the Titans. Those are teams that you think, okay, Baltimore should definitely beat. Obviously they're going to beat them. Who'd they lose to? The Chiefs, the Bills, and the Bengals. The top teams. Who?
Oh, no, that was after.
Yeah, that was after.
Yeah.
So they lost to the top teams in the AFC. This is just, it's just time after time again, it's showing you that John Harbaugh is not equipped to get this team and Lamar over the hump, and you may be wasting some of Lamar's best years. And now you got Lamar hurt this year. So, we'll see if Lamar comes back and if he's back to who he was before. But John Harbaugh, in my opinion, is on the hot seat. This needs to, be something the organization takes serious, or else you're going to waste more years of Lamar.
Yeah, it's not maybe wasting. He for sure has wasted prime Lamar years.
For sure has wasted prime Lamar years. And he was already on the hot seat before Lamar got there, and Lamar cooled it off with his greatness. But, yeah, I think that the time has come for this marriage to, finally come to a divorce.
Speak on it, bro.
Listen, John has to answer some questions because he's the coach. So you got to go, to the guy who's running the team, right? It's just, I can see why they gave him room to grow with Lamar because he was the one who gave Lamar his chance, who when Joe Flacco was, ready to come back from that injury, he said he was going to ride with Lamar. That was his coaching decision to see and at that point, Lamar couldn't pass worth a damn. If we're being honest, it was more him running 25 times a game. I don't know if you guys remember his rookie year. It was carries of 21, carries of 27, carries of 18. So even John was trying to figure out what the hell we got with this kid. Like, where can we go? Where can we grow? And I also think the reason we gave him so much grace is because I heard someone say that they granted Tony Dungy that same grace in Indianapolis with Peyton Manning, if you guys remember. Every year, Peyton Manning was winning MVPs. Colts was 14-2, 13-3, 1C, 1C, 1C. Could not get to the Super Bowl. Could not get to the Super Bowl. Until I think 2009, until they finally broke through. But so I think, you know, when you ask, well, why would they keep him and why not keep Mike McDonald, or why would they keep him after 2019? And I just think it was like one of those feels where, you know, you give the guy the benefit of the doubt, and hopefully that, you know, even his coaching deficiencies, you know, what the success that he has brought to the club, you would want to see that out, and you want to give him some sort of respect. And I view it as in a sense of like anything, like at work, you know, this guy's been so good for you, and then he's been slacking, and it's like everybody's like, yo, tell him to get out. And, you know, he's like, you know what, I don't want to get rid of him right now. He's been good to me. You know, he does what he nees to do. I've won with him. I've been successful. I've been successful with him, and I just want to see what it is. Now, as far as it, do I think it's reached its, you know, ending point? This season will tell. This season will tell, because how we started and how we can end will be two different stories. I don't know. It's still a lot of season to go left, but John, you know, I'm his fan. You guys know I'm a fan of him, and you know, but you know, I also feel that, you know, it might be time. I also don't think that the window's closed. I don't think when you have a Josh Allen, when you have a Lamar Jackson, when you have a Patrick Mahomes, when you have all these or even Dak Prescott, you can send somebody away. Yeah. Our window not closed because he performing.
As long
so
as
when you got that guy at the helm, your window is never really closed. You just have to be able to put pieces around it. Right. You get a good defensive draft class next year where niggas actually perform, or your defensive players perform from this year's draft class next year and they grow. Now we having a different ball game and a different conversation. And that's still in. Now we still in it. We still in. So I always feel like when people say the window's closed, I don't think that's true necessarily when you have a quarterback in this league that is a good quarterback. Because I feel like you could bring anybody in. I mean, Dak, what is this?
I think the window with this core, though, in Baltimore is closed.
Okay.
This core is like,
okay, so the
guys you were counting on.
No more to get to just with this staff.
With the staff and this roster that you had, people are getting older. Guys are not looking the same. Humphrey was a guy you can count on. For sure. You can't count on that corner like that no more.
I mean, he was just right. And this is what I mean. This is how, and he was just an all-pro last year. You get what I'm saying? He just led the league in interceptions last year.
Injuries is piling up for him throughout the years now.
Right. No, but what I'm saying is, what we're seeing is an anomaly. Almost in a sense of coming into the season, you thought we were going to the Super Bowl, and we had all these expectations because of those guys, because Marlon Humphrey was an all-pro last year, because Roquan Smith was an all-pro. You didn't expect them to come in. We didn't expect if we were going to lose games, we were going to lose them. How we Ravens lose them, like, you know, give a lead up or some dumb shit. Yeah. But like to lose them, to see Roquan get run away from penalty, to see Marlon Humphrey get burned consistently at the catch, I didn't think that wasn't good. If we went to the season, we would have said, you know, those would be the reasons. Your all pros are gonna be worse than rookies when you guys play this season. And facts. I just don't think
you could keep saying run it back.
What I was gonna say, bro.
Run it back.
It's how teams be a quarterback away.
Yeah,
the Ravens are a coach away, bro.
I agree.
Like that, like head coach away.
I think you have these guys who are in their primes, and like you said, they made all their all pros. I don't think John maximizes it. That's all.
Okay, so how can I ask you this? Mm-hmm. Do we feel the same way about Sean McDermott as well?
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah, Sean could go. I said Sean should have been fired last year.
And if this season, and if they don't go to the Super Bowl this season, with all the shit that's going on now, with nobody. And really,
and they have the easiest schedule.
And you have the easiest schedule the last 4 years. They don't play nobody regular season anyway. Josh has an MVP waiting for him. They can't wait to give it to him again.
Can't wait to give it to him.
They can't wait to give it to him again.
That's a fact.
After you stole it last year.
I'm good on Sean
That's
McDermott.
crazy. But
I'm good on him. I'm good on him. I think it changed. Bro, there's sometimes where coaches just can't get you over the hump.
But why doesn't Sean? Because I feel like, and you have saying that, but like the Sean McDermott fire train is a lot lower than the John Harbaugh fire train. As if
Who's been coaching their ball club longer?
Harbaugh has.
Okay, and before Lamar got there, what was Harbaugh's?
But Harbaugh had success. So you kept Harbaugh because of the success that he had.
Yeah, but
Why
he
you
had that
keep-
success with Ed in them, bro. That's a
understand.
completely
So-
different thing.
But why are you keeping McDermott?
Oh no, I agree to let him go. So
But why are you keeping him? He has no success with nobody else ever. But you're keeping on to him. And if we're being honest, if we're being realistic, Buffalo has had a better team than us in these since 2020. They've had the most wins.
No, y'all have way more All Pros and Pro Bowlers than them.
had-
Top 100s.
More success, more wins.
they've been a higher seed than us.
That's just more success.
four out of the 5 years.
But you guys had a better roster, though. You guys had a better roster.
But they've had more success.
That's showing me that they're getting more out of less. That's showing me that the coach may be getting more out of the players.
They've had all pro players. They have all pro defense.
Not the number of you guys. You guys have
Then
broken
you got-
records.
And let's be honest. They've only been like this, and we're only talking about them from a year removed because Stephon Diggs and Gabriel Davis left.
Gabe Davis wasn't nobody he wasn't a top receiver. Stephon Diggs, I'll give it to you. But Gabe Davis,
He played well in Buffalo.
but was that because Josh?
When you looked at
Because when he left,
No,
what did he
that
do?
wasn't-
When he left, what did he do? He didn't do shit in Jacksonville.
But listen, okay,
one
and I
thing.
love this conversation because you said, with Gabe Davis, what did he do when he left? Okay, when Josh hasn't had a number one wide receiver, Josh hasn't thrown for 4,000 yards. When Josh hasn't had a number one wide receiver, Josh hasn't thrown for 30 touchdowns. Those are a fact. Those are his first 2 years without Stephon Diggs. That was his last year without Stephon Diggs. So
And he won MVP without Stephon Diggs?
and he won MVP.
So what are we doing?
But his stats have regressed.
His stats have regressed, but not
His passing stats have regressed.
as one would expect, though.
he's
As one would
he's
expect.
ramped up his.
It's a team
Rushing
success award
touchdown.
too, though. It's a team success award too.
No, it is.
So
It is, but what I'm saying to you is even when he's had great players and the teams have been good, him and McDermott
Nah, facts.
haven't performed and haven't done anything.
Pat, dudes can't get past Pat.
You know how many times Josh Allen been into AFC Championship? Twice.
Yeah,
He's 0-2.
facts.
So they haven't been done. And before that, they were like 0-4 they were like 1-4 in the divisional round.
Yeah,
I just don't think, though, over the past couple of years that they've had a better roster to you guys.
His playoff wins, they talked about our
Yeah,
playoff
nah.
wins against
Yeah.
Skylar Thompson,
Yeah.
Duck Hodges,
Duck Hodges.
a couple of
They've had nothing spectacular.
their wins, our wins make their wins look pathetic.
Yeah, nah.
Our wins against the Texans, the Steelers, and the Titans make Josh Allen.
Don't
has
Josh
no
got to
win.
win against y'all?
He has 2 wins against us, which is that. No, I'm saying
That's better
what he
than
got.
both of y'all wins.
It is, but in the
So it still evens out.
in the wild card it is. But what I'm saying to that is them together have had success and have been in position to have better success than us, being in a higher seed 4 out of the last 5 years, and they haven't done it either. So what I say that to say this is, you can have an MVP in Lamar Jackson and a coach in John Harbaugh that you don't believe in and not go to the Super Bowl. You can have MVP in Josh Allen and a coach you think you believe in and not go to a Super Bowl.
Facts. Shit hard.
You get what I'm saying? They came in the league the same year. Man, not for nothing. I mean, listen. Should these players have a Super Bowl on their record, on their resume? Yes. They should have already been there. But, sometimes it takes players longer to get there. When did Matthew Stafford get there?
My issue is not on the player. It's on the coach.
Yeah.
I just want to throw it out there. My issue is not on the player. I think Lamar will get one. I just don't think that the coach does enough to propel this team in the roster you have over that hump.
But okay, so
Agreed.
if Buffalo wins it or gets there this year, then we're having a different conversation. Even though we feel right now McDermott's not the guy.
Yeah, but
You know what I'm
that's
saying? So how do we switch it then? Because if we feel right now he's not the guy.
does
He's not-
McDermott call the
you should-
defense?
you should-
McDermott calls plays on the Bills, right? McDermott
I don't know.
McDermott does more than Harbaugh does.
But he hasn't won anything.
I know, but I'm saying you're saying like
So as a head coach, he's underachieved with the quarterback that he has as well.
I agree though that he should be let go.
So
like,
what I'm saying to you
if he
is-
wins the Super Bowl, should he stay? And why don't I get that same grace for John Harbaugh?
But when you win the Super, or when you go to a Super Bowl, win the Super Bowl, then we have a different conversation.
But that's a hypothetical.
Think about this.
Talking about what we
Sirianni
seen.
went to a Super Bowl, bro. Nick Sirianni went to a Super Bowl, bro. The next year, they told us and everybody believed that he wasn't the coach and he should be fired.
It's true.
That's a fact. That's not.
year,
That's not.
there's-
I didn't make it up. I didn't have it. That's a fact. And then he has a horrible year the following year, and everybody's coming for his head. The next year, puts his head down, whatever, and they go to a Super Bowl and win a Super Bowl.
In my opinion, anybody could coach that team. I'm sorry to tell you, bro. That team can be coached by a lot of people,
Facts.
bro. That team is built to be coached by almost anybody.
Quarterback by a lot of people.
Yes, quarterback by a lot of people, and coached by a lot of people. I'm seeing a team that had many All Pros and many Pro Bowlers, and that coach is he's underachieving. You have a lot of hypotheticals that can sound good and everything. I hear you, but for the Baltimore Ravens situation, John Harbaugh has had. When was the last time he won a Super Bowl?
2012.
12, yeah.
So what is that? 13 years since his last bowl? That's a long tenure. With how many AFC Championship appearances since then?
One.
1 in 13 years. So McDermott hasn't had the 1 in 13 years for the Bills. Like, this is John Harbaugh conversation. It gets different when it comes back to John and what is going on there. He is underachieving.
Yeah.
I don't care if McDermott wins one with the Bills this
It's
year.
bad.
John is still underachieving with the teams that he's had.
He has, but it's just funny because early on, nobody blamed John.
Early on when?
Early on, everybody blamed Lamar. Early on, it was Lamar can't win. Early on, it was Lamar shows up small in the playoffs. Early on, it was Lamar's turning the ball over. It was Lamar doing this.
I object.
I remember that his first game against the Chargers, it was Lamar. He was abysmal. Then I remember the game against the Tennessee Titans. Then it was Lamar. He didn't play his MVP form. And then I believe it was the game after the season after that when we played Buffalo in the divisional and he only put up 3 points and it was Lamar. And no one really looked at John yet. No one really looked at him yet. Until 2020, until we got Mike McDaniel, and then 2024 when we were the Triple Crown winner on defense and we had
Let me object.
MVP.
If we take a look at the board, after that game, Stephen A. Smith went live and said Lamar wasn't perfect, but he wasn't to blame. That's 2019. That's early on.
Stephen A. is
He's a mouthpiece of ESPN, the biggest voice you have. He will flip up. I'll give you that.
But you can turn on multiple tapes of him condemning Lamar
I hear
for
that.
his performances.
But I'm just saying Lamar was not blamed for this one. As that. Like, y'all gave up 28 points to a 9-17. My fault. 9-17.
Tannehill had 88 passing yards and
Tannehill. Oh my
two
God.
touchdowns.
Yeah, that's insane. Derrick Henry had 30 carries for 195. That's insane.
So that was when Wink Martindale was the defensive
That's when he
coordinator.
stiff armed Earl Thomas.
Oh, that was that game? Good Lord.
But my whole thing is, right, it's like why is the onus on, like, I don't know why we don't just perform like how I don't know if the lights get too bright. I don't know what it is.
Yeah, I don't know what it is.
I don't know what it is. And the wild part is, John Harbaugh's this was never John. Listen, we had Ray and Ed and all those boys. I understand that. I get it. But Ray and Ed was there since 2002. And we didn't go nowhere with them niggas.
Yeah, but one more thing is, for some reason, Flacco plays like Brady in January.
But what I'm saying,
And I don't think that was on John.
we take credit away from John for having players. But then when I tell you those players were together for 6 years before John ever got there, ask me how many playoff games you won.
Hold on, you told me that players need time to develop and sometimes that they're not who they are. So what if they hit that peak right then?
Well, Ed Reed was a defensive player, I believe in. I mean, Ray Lewis was defensive player in 2004, 2005.
Defensive player of the year.
Yeah. And I think Ed Reed was 06 because we went back to back. So they were them when they were
I'm
them.
saying they got over their hump. I don't think John got them over their hump.
No, but what I'm saying,
Or if he did, that he may have been the guy to get that team over the hump. Like, it may have just passed them by.
It's a new team year to year.
but what I'm
Yeah.
saying is that. But what I'm saying to you is, they were there for 6 years. No John.
No, John.
Yeah.
John get here, and we get a quarterback from Delaware, the University of Delaware. And he goes to 3 AFC championship games and 1 Super Bowl. In 5 years, dog. Not like 10 years after that. John gets there, he gets a quarterback from Delaware that we drafted 18th overall, and we get the 5 AFC with the same defense.
Can I jump in?
5 AFC championship.
The players from that team came out and said that was a player-led team. Player-led locker room.
Which is, they said that about the Super Bowl. What about the
Let's talk about the win.
What about in 2008 when we went to the AFC championship?
Then players led.
Joe Flacco and John, do you know Joe Flacco in John Harbaugh's first year, he went to the AFC championship, his first year coaching, his first year?
Yeah,
Nobody remembers these things. So what I'm saying to you is, the players were there, they didn't go nowhere, we didn't have no playoffs wins from 2002 to 2008, and then he gets there, we go to AFC championship.
I think it was the right time for everyone.
It's not him. Okay, then it's not.
It's not just him. It's, you can't
I'm
just
not saying it's just
have
him,
Hall of Famers
but-
on that team.
But what you're saying is sometimes you need a coach to get you over that. And maybe he was that
that
coach
for them.
to get over. Yes.
I don't think
And
he got
maybe-
for this.
But
We've
because of
seen
it, you got to understand for the mindset of a Ravens fan in the organization.
The Ravens fans that I've been seeing are over
but,
John.
because
Ravens, hashtag
because
Ravens.
we live in this
Ravens lost over him. What do you rate me in them?
Because nobody remembers, bro. Nobody remembers. And I want to know if those niggas was Raven fans in 2005. I want to know where you was at in 2004. I want to know where you was at in 06. I want to know if niggas was really there. Or is it just the ones that are 21 years old now and 24 years old?
All I'm saying is the league was a lot different back
I
then.
understand that. But what I'm saying to you is the guy had success. So when we look at it and you're saying, well, why the fuck are they keeping him around so long? Why? It's because we seen him do something and get people over the hump. We seen him get a team that had the defensive pieces. We should have been in the Super Bowl 2 or 3 years of those early 2000s, which we were not.
Mm-hmm.
And he goes to the AFC Championship game with a rookie quarterback who threw for 1 touchdown the entire postseason. So that's the credit. So how do you go from that? How do you do 1 touchdown the entire postseason?
That tells me that them defensive guys mean even more to that team.
type of league is the
So
NFL?
why weren't we there in 06 and 07?
Because everything is not the same every year, bro. You guys are going against some of the best quarterbacks in the world then.
Bro,
Like,
what type of league is the NFL?
defense wins championship.
No.
What?
What have you done for me lately?
Oh,
yeah, no, for
of
sure.
course.
For sure.
So
For sure.
when you look at it, John's resume is his resume.
But when you
But
go to an NFC Championship and you're paying a division rival and it's not Tom Brady or Peyton Manning or any of these dudes because you already beat them to get there, and then you fall short, and then the year before the Super Bowl you get to the AFC Championship game, we lost that because the guy dropped the pass and then Billy Cundiff missed the kick. We should have been in the Super Bowl then. So it's like
Wait, was John there then?
John was there for that. That was in 2011. That's when
Special teams coaching, y'all messed up the kick?
Billy Cundiff shanked the. It's
He's a special teams coach, y'all. I just fucking with you.
Oh, fucking headache.
No, we got the same issue. Romo
What?
messed up a kick.
Nate
Holding the
Caden,
kick.
that's what I gotta say.
Yeah.
Nate Caden.
I want to John's on the hot seat.
Gotta be.
Gotta be.
We're gonna see how. Listen, we're gonna see how this season plays. He has the worst defense right now.
Second worst.
He has quarterbacks hurt. His defensive tackle is out for the season. His leading sacker has been out for the games. His fullback has been out. His corner, both his corners are gonna be out. His middle linebacker is out. If this man makes the playoffs, bro.
I think you guys should still make the playoffs
Wow.
because the AFC is very weak.
You said it.
You
It's
just saying it before.
schedule light.
It's weak
You were
because
just saying.
we're down at the bottom 2 now. We're 1-3.
Yeah, and you said
We
y'all
are- we
good.
are-
Yeah, you see
we
you guys
are-
still good.
Out of 16 teams, we are 14th.
Bro, even if he makes
in the conference right
Yes,
now with
yes.
no quarterback.
Wait, if he makes the playoffs, you guys still should keep him? No.
I didn't say we should keep him.
Yeah,
I didn't say we should keep him.
I still think you guys are gonna make the
this
playoffs.
often. I said if he makes the playoffs, that's good coaching. Because if you make the playoffs and your quarterback misses 2, 3, 4 games and you make a playoff, that's good coaching. If you lead the league in IR players and you make the playoffs, that's good. That's good coaching.
Look, I will listen to you. That is good coaching, but that's not good enough for where we're trying to get.
No, not
That's
good
it.
enough.
Got a generational talent.
That's it.
This is the hand that we're dealt. We're dealt the injury hand.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
See,
So
Fred was dealt the injury hand. They didn't make shit of it.
bro, if John makes a playoff, shake my hand, John. You made the playoffs. Good shit. But
So we'll just see.
when we're back
Going
to
upstairs.
yeah, going upstairs. When we're back to full strength, I need somebody else to coach this team. That's it.
Listen, that's what I'm saying. There's a lot of seasons. We're gonna see. It's gonna be ups and lows. Ups and lows. So he's definitely on the hot seat. And if it doesn't get any better, then yeah, we gotta have these tough conversations and we gotta look for some. We're gonna have to look for somebody to get us over the hump.
Definitely need to.
But it's not like there's a fucking long list or even a short list of good candidates to pick from anyway now. So we'll see. We'll see.
Sometimes you just gotta take a chance.
We'll see how the season is.
Never
Maybe
know.
we'll go grab Bill Belichick. What? They don't want to see. Y'all don't want to see that.
There you go.
Y'all don't want to see Bill.
With his girlfriend ruining the
You
organization.
will never have a miscue or a meltdown again, nigga.
I don't
You
know.
will never. Oh.
Yeah, not this version.
2025 Bill.
Yeah,
I
not
don't
this
know if I want that, bro. Y'all, it's gonna be
Not this.
Listen,
not good news.
don't.
He don't even wear the cutoffs no more, bro. He not the same.
Anyways, John is on the hot seat. We're moving on to our next coach. What y'all think about Zach Taylor?
Unfortunate for Zach Taylor.
Yeah,
he's on the hot seat because
He's dealt a freaky hand, yo, all the time because his quarterback goes down pretty much every year.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow's hurt damn near every year. So, I mean, like, but
So does that go to coaching?
no. But, I mean, the defense, like, figure out that defensive coordinator, defensive players to pick, like, that ties into, like, the front office as well. Like,
They've
how.
been better defensively this year. They were dirt last year.
All right,
Now
so
they
bottom
wasn't they
teams.
telling us if they're a smidget better than they're playoff teams and all of this, right?
Yeah,
so
just
they
a
are a smidget
That's a
better.
smidget better.
but they lost the quarterback, so it don't mean nothing.
Yeah.
I think Zach Taylor is on the hot seat only because
Circumstances.
circumstances. His quarterback
Straight up.
hurt.
Sometimes
Cincinnati's
Yeah.
now viewing it. You know, Joe Burrow's older than Lamar,
Facts.
so Cincinnati's viewing it as like, you know, is their window closing or can they get it?
Can they figure out how to protect the guy?
Well, I don't think it's just
Shit.
coaching for Cincinnati.
Nah.
I-
organizational
Yeah.
dysfunction.
I
It all
think
starts at the top.
what we've seen this offseason from Trey Henderson and their rookie first round pick
Shamar.
Stewart.
It's way
This
deeper.
this ain't the head coach.
Yeah.
Listen, I can only cook with the groceries you give me. I'm not going to the supermarket and getting my own groceries, and that's what it seems like it is. And he just
Bad hand.
he's just it's unfortunate when you have an owner who don't want to pay or plays these type of games with players. And it's also unfortunate when your quarterback's hurt. But, you know, for the last, I believe, before this year, the last 4 years, they had a slow start. They started off 0-2
Yeah.
or 1-2 or had a losing record for the first 2-3 weeks, his first like 4 or 5 years as a coach. So that can't happen. He changed it around today. This year it just happens. They lost Joe Burrow. I don't think anybody's more on a hot seat than Mike McDaniel
Yeah.
from Miami.
He's got to go.
Both Dable and McDaniel saved their job with those wins this week. But, yeah, both of those situations, like, all right, Jackson Dart, look. I mean, if you look at the stat sheet for real, Jackson Dart didn't do too much of nothing. Besides that rushing touchdown.
Yeah.
Save their jobs?
For the week.
For now.
Like,
Because if
Oh,
they
for the
lost,
week.
if
Okay.
they both lost, they were done. They were packed. Office cleaned out.
Oh,
Like
okay.
it was that type of time. But they bought themselves another week, and if I had to guess who was going first, it's probably gonna be McDaniels. Because like I think the Giants might ride a little rookie Tommy Cutlet type wave, you know what I'm saying? This guy, no film, all that good stuff. I think McDaniel's probably gonna be the first guy canned this year, or the last name on the list, Canales, because the Panthers are just
Yeah, I think he's ran his course as well. Malice. I think he's got to go.
And I don't really think he's a bad coach. It might just be Bryce Young, unfortunately.
It might also just be organization too with them, bro.
Yeah,
They're not
for
because
sure.
you got to think they had Baker and Darnold, and they
Yeah.
couldn't develop them right into starting quarterbacks.
Right.
Some teams, I feel, it's just a dumpster fire.
Yeah.
And it's hard to, even if you get them to be good, they don't stay good.
Yeah.
The Panthers went to the Super Bowl 10 years ago.
You know, even with Cam, all the good stuff Cam did for the Panthers. I mean, I think he had maybe 4 winning seasons in his tenure with the Panthers. The special one being in 2015. But yeah, I feel like once, you know, if the team's been trash and they don't do anything, I mean, sometimes you just gotta have a total just overhaul of everything.
Yeah.
I mean, down to the
Kind of the way that the Commanders just did. They got rid of everybody.
down to the janitors. Like, you don't even want the same janitors no more. Not the same the concession people. Everybody from this era of Panther or whatever football has to go. And it's just, you know, sometimes these kids just, you know, when you're getting drafted high, you're getting drafted to the worst position. That's what we forget to tell these kids.
Facts.
Getting drafted high is a blessing. You always want to go number 1, but it's not a blessing because you're going into the worst situation. If I told you get drafted 32, but you're going to a luxury home, but you get drafted 1, but you're going into a burden building, which one are you going to pick? You're probably going to pick the luxury home. So you just always got to keep that in mind with these players. And then, you know, on top of that, some players are just not it. NFL is not for everybody. Not everybody can be great. Not everybody can be good. They come from, you know, they're 5 stars or 4 stars. They come from these college programs and they're the man, and then they come to these NFL programs and they're not the man.
Yep.
And, you know, so, you know, and sometimes you got to blame the coach, and the coach is the first one to go, because why couldn't you tap into my player's untapped potential? He's the number 1 draft pick. He has all this, you know, potential inside it. We hired you to, you know, give it and display it. And when you don't do that, we'll find somebody else. And if they don't do that, we'll find somebody else. And to, you know,
So it's really carousel at that point.
Yeah, it really becomes apparent that it's the player.
Nah, yeah, definitely. So we got so much injury news coming out across the league. But actually, I just want to start with the Ravens injuries, because you guys got ravished, bro. You guys are getting destroyed. You just lost in this last game Lamar, Ronnie Staley, Marlon Humphrey, Nate Wiggins, Roquan Smith, and probably lost somebody else that I forgot to mention. What the hell is going on?
When it rains, it pours, bro.
It's one of those things, right?
That's why I said about us, bro. Like, it's about to be a storm of shit, bro.
The snowball effect.
This is why
Shit.
you have to take advantage of every moment, because you just don't know. And unfortunately, you know, we're living that, you know. And side note, I'm still seeing this. I'm mad about the Kansas City game at home that we lost in the AFC Championship game. But Mark Andrews, I'm fucking mad at you, bro, because you fucking. I'm still mad, bro, because it shouldn't be like we should be in another situation than this situation, and it's because you fumbled, and then after you fumbled, it's because you dropped the 2, and it's just, and you know, we don't know what the future has for us. And like I said, we have a lot of players. We have almost 8 players out, 8 starters out, which is almost one entire side of the ball. You know, your left tackle, your quarterback, your fullback, your middle linebacker, both your corners, all 3 D tackles, Jones, Namdi, Washington, all of them out. We got a call. Last game we played 2 guys from the practice squad. Yeah, it's Kyle Van Noy still out.
My team is having tryouts, bro.
Yeah, it's wait, not even practice squad guys. These guys are having tryouts.
Open tryouts, bro.
Wow, I don't think I've ever heard of that.
But I feel like with you guys, you have, okay, right. So you have your 2 tackles out, which is huge. I'm not going to downplay that. Then Khalil went out, and
Becton.
then Najee.
Becton is
That's
out.
3
He's
stars
missed
on the
last
O-line.
2 games.
Becton's that was a concussion.
Yep, missed the last.
So
2.
he's coming back.
Yeah.
So
Joe Alt 4 to 6, high ankle sprain.
So at least, you know, there's optimism.
Yeah,
Light at the end of the tunnel.
You know what I mean? So
yeah.
with us,
fuck.
Some of these guys ain't coming back. Nambi not coming back.
Yeah.
He may not be the same in his football
Neck
career. He has a
injury,
neck
like,
injury.
You know.
I saw freaking Leighton Vander Esch had to go through with us, and
Yeah,
it's a lot of stuff
If
you
you
can't
have a
risk.
neck injury that they're like, oh, he's gonna come back, you know, and then there's like,
Yeah.
I don't think so. That's usually not a good sign for like the future type shit.
yeah, no, for sure. It's definitely a big blow. All pro caliber player. So yeah, that's just
You
I
guys
don't
are
know.
rabid.
Like I said, man, like we in a heap of shit. We in a heap of shit. Obviously, everybody's dealing with injuries. The Tyreek Hill injury was gruesome. That was
Gruesome.
pretty bad.
And like you said, he might not be. He's 31.
31 dislocated and tore everything in it. Oh,
It's not looking too good.
yeah. He'll probably still be a good player, but him being like the fastest, the cheetah and all that, that's dead.
No. So
Damn.
Yeah.
yeah, that was probably one of the
Neighbors.
nastiest injuries.
Oh yeah.
Something has to be done about MetLife turf, bro.
Yeah,
They put up the list of the people that tear their shit at MetLife.
It's bad.
It's bad,
And
bro.
it's all big names too.
All big names. Like something has to be done about that.
I heard they don't do that, so they have an easier turnover when they do concerts. So
Yeah,
they
that's why.
benefit-
Yes.
and I had this conversation with somebody the other day. It's just like the fact that these billionaires
Yep.
Keep
want to
out.
penny pinch
Hey.
you can look at your count and see $45 billion and honestly in your mind be so whacked out and say, yo, this is not like I'm down.
Yeah.
It's a crazy thing, but like
Facts.
they think like that.
Oh, for sure.
They think like that.
For sure.
And it's just it's wild, and it's at the expense of the players. So, and not for nothing, it'd be different, right? If it was just the fucking Giants players.
Right. It's everybody.
But it's everybody who
Is it-
comes here.
Yeah.
And I wish it, I hate to wish
And
injury
Jet,
on people.
whether it's the Jets
or the Jets. I wish it was more Jets and Giants players, notable players. Like let Sauce go down.
Yeah,
And
so then like Mike.
So then you
spark the change.
yeah, that's the only way it's gonna happen, bro.
Nah.
Let their first round pick go down. Let 2 first round picks go down, and then let you pay somebody, and then let them go down. So
Nah,
and that's
you're
the
right.
only way you fix it.
Nah, for sure.
That's the only way you really fix
It's
it.
true.
Until then, instead of paying the extra whatever $100,000 it is to have the stadium flip for the concert that I'm saving or I'm pocketing or whatever they're saving that they're saving or pocketing from not making it natural grass and keeping the turf.
It's just not worth it
It's not.
at all. Let's get into some of these week 5 predictions. We'll start off with these games and the spreads. We got the 49ers at Rams. It's Rams minus 5.5. What y'all thinking?
Rams 5.
Rammies.
Yeah.
Rammies, man. Spread. Pick. All that.
Rams spread.
Rams.
I got San Fran just lost to Jacksonville by 6, right?
Yep. Division game though. But
Third division game. That's a Thursday night.
is it Thursday?
Might be. It's the first game up here on this list. I'm not sure.
So
Who's at home, man?
The
Rams, I think. Yeah.
Give me the Rams to cover. I like prediction of maybe 24-14.
24-14.
Yeah.
Nice. Then we got the Vikings at the Browns. It's Vikings minus 3.5.
I like the Browns.
I was just
I like
just
the
about to
Browns.
say that.
If
They're
they-
starting the rookie quarterback, Dylan
I
Gabriel.
love the Browns.
Yeah.
Oh wait, no, they're switching the quarterback.
Yeah, they're starting Dylan Gabriel.
Okay, I thought you
First game
when you
against
said-
Brian Flores.
When you said, I thought you were gonna say, they're starting JJ McCarthy because then I was gonna say,
Oh, no.
I love this. I love the Browns.
I don't know who the Vikings quarterback is for this.
Wentz.
It's still going to be Wentz.
Yeah, unless McCarthy's back.
I think even Brian Flores and his defensive schemes which are a nightmare for seasoned quarterbacks. I think that offensively the Vikings won't have enough. I think
Low scoring game.
low scoring game.
Yeah, it's gonna be a nasty toilet bowl type
Take
game.
the under.
Definitely take the
I
under.
think the Browns, squeak this one out.
I mean-
on a maybe like, and I'm talking about 13-6.
Bro, the line for the under is 36.
36 and a half.
36 and a half. So
I'm thinking like in that
Might be
line-
13-10, just like the
Yeah.
Packers game.
Yep.
I'm thinking 13-6. I don't see Minnesota scoring on the Browns defense. I just don't.
And I don't vice versa though.
Yeah.
You know, because even the defense that we talked about in Pittsburgh, they stifled them. You know, and then obviously Minnesota made it a game late.
Yeah.
But that game was out of reach for a while, for a little bit as well. So, I like the Browns to cover. We'll see what Dylan Gabriel has.
Yeah.
And then hopefully, you know, he doesn't have a lot, so we can see just Shador Sanders.
I do like the Vikings to win, but I think the
Right.
Browns will cover. So that you guys both took the Browns to cover?
Yeah.
Browns to cover. And then we got the Raiders at Colts. It's Raiders minus 6.5. What y'all thinking?
Colts.
What's the Raiders record right now?
1-3.
Yeah, give me the Colts.
Colts. They played Los Angeles Rams last week,
I'm surprised at this line.
and they played it. It was a competitive game. They was doing their thing. Like,
Did the Colts just lose somebody or something? Like
They
how?
did.
How?
They just lost to the Rams.
No, like did they like lose somebody on their team? How is
Oh,
the Raiders minus 6.5? It's at Colts. Usually, like I would think.
Raiders -6.
Yeah, Raiders minus 6.5.
Hold on, don't check that. Raiders favorited?
Pick the Raiders to cover them.
This has to be a mistake.
Pick the Raiders to cover them because
Colts first. Raiders line.
Nah, it's Colts. It's Colts.
Oh,
it's
yes,
Colts.
backwards.
Yeah, it's Colts.
7
Colts minus 6.5. Give me
Yeah.
the Colts, man.
Colts minus 6.5. Yeah, I'm taking. Shout out to Genty though. He did show out now that he's back to his original stance. He got right last game.
Man,
And we
Hampton, man.
heard people calling out for his name after 2 weeks.
Right.
It's just the reality we live in.
Brian Clark is actually wild for what he went on here and said, bro.
He's wild for a lot of take.
Yeah.
He is. He just is. And I don't know his agenda. I don't know what his motive is. But sometimes he just has these outlandish, just far, stretch, just
anything. That's all he want to
like,
do is just say anything.
bullshit-ass statements and just debate points about certain players or where they're at or teams and such things. And
Yeah, he's definitely tripping. Next we got Cowboys minus 2.5 versus the Jets.
give me Cowboys.
Dakota.
Give me
Wow.
Cowboys. I don't trust anything Justin Fields does.
I think he's gonna run on us though.
He can run all he want. That won't be enough. In this NFL, you have to pass.
Mm-hmm.
You have to pass a little bit. And if you can't even pass a little bit, you're not going to win a lot of games. I think Dak has a good game in the air again.
Yeah.
And I think if you guys do jump out to an early lead, that the game's probably going to be over. Now, I do think they'd be competitive. I think the Jets will try some stuff. I just don't think that it'd be enough.
Did they just lose their starting corner last game? I'm pretty sure.
For the Jets?
Yeah, I think one of their corners got injured. Nah, it might have been Carter. Isn't Carter one they're starting? Or is he like a slot?
No.
I think one of their corners. Pretty sure he got injured last game.
To that Dallas game, all you got to do is score 21, bro.
Yeah, not Hurts. Fields is what? What's his record? Like,
0-28.
yeah, it's insane when opponents score over.
Yeah.
I also got Dallas in that game. So Denver versus Philadelphia. Philly minus 3.5. I'm going with Philly.
Yeah, I like Philly.
I would like Philly on the money line, but I might take Denver to cover.
You like their defense to show up?
And like,
Hurts is gonna have a hard time.
right.
I think he's gonna have a difficult day.
That's so
But I think collectively, as Philly does,
they'll
they
find a way. Yeah.
Special teams will get a block.
Yeah. So,
Yeah,
real
something.
shit.
Defense will get a fumble.
Real shit.
Somebody
Win by
get an
one type shit.
interception.
Yeah.
Saquon will go run for 87 yards. So
He's had a hard time getting it going this year too. So far, I don't know if y'all see.
but
They line banged up though.
Yeah, is Lane Johnson gonna be up for the next game?
I think so.
Lane Johnson. So we all got Philly that game, but you got actually the Broncos to cover.
Yeah, Broncos to cover.
All right, 2 Philly, 1 Broncos. Miami Dolphins versus Carolina Panthers. We got Dolphins minus 1.5.
The Dolphins. Yeah.
Dolphins minus 1.5. Both of y'all.
Alice might be. I may stand corrected. That boy might be.
I got
first
the
coach
Dolphins
back.
too. Last time I took the Panthers, they just embarrassed me.
Same here.
Never going with them again. Texans versus the Ravens. It's Ravens minus 3.5 in Baltimore.
to be favored with a backup quarterback
Says a lot about the ball club, man.
with these amount of injuries is insane.
Says a lot about the guys you still got out there
Give me
too.
the Texans to win, and then we could start, firing the alarms once that happens. I'm only saying that because we can win this game, but give me they have their starting quarterback. And I
You got them with the spread?
I got them outright. I got the Texans covering the spread, winning. Only because they have their quarterback. Their defense is still good. They're gonna call it. I don't know if we cause any trouble for CJ Stroud, but I know their defense is probably gonna cause trouble for Cooper Rush. So I don't see how we're favored in this game. This might be one of those tricky ones where Vegas gets you to put your money on the Texans, and then it's a Derrick Henry game. It's a Derrick Henry, and Cooper Rush turns into Ryan Tannehill, and now we just handing the ball off for 30 times, and then we'll look, and we're like, why haven't the Ravens handed the ball off 30 times to Derrick Henry and it's 130? They should have been doing this the first 4 games or so. So if it ends up like that, that's how that's the only way I can see us winning. But other than that, I like the Texans.
Who you got, Trey?
I got the Texans too.
I also have the Texans. I don't have too much faith in Cooper Rush. So I got the Texans.
Even though he went 6-1 with y'all, right?
He didn't 6-1.
I thought he went something crazy with y'all as a backup.
He definitely did.
Like what's
he definitely
no, like
did
his full record with us?
When he first hit the streets though. When he first
hit the streets, he was.
Yeah.
No, I remember. But the thing was, he wasn't doing things. Our defense was good with Micah Parsons in them.
Okay.
So like that's what was the difference was. It wasn't Cooper Rush.
bugging.
No, it really wasn't.
He's playing into that team aspect of it.
It was 5-1, but that was when we had the number 1 defense, 2022, where Micah Diggs was picking everything. I mean, so shit was different then. And then looking at your defense right now, you don't have that defense for him to fall back on. Yeah, but I got Texans winning that. Giants versus the Saints. We got Saints -1.5.
Who Giants?
Yeah, Giants, like I said, they're going to ride that rookie quarterback wave real quick. Buzz, everybody's juiced up.
You know what? Finish. Go ahead.
Nah, that's what I was about to say.
The Saints, and I want to give shout some love out to the Saints because that was a good game y'all played.
Yeah.
Buffalo, man.
Yeah.
People had y'all what was the spread -15.5 or something.
Yeah, it started out at 16 and dropped to like 14.5, I think.
And y'all made them boys play. Y'all made them play.
No, for sure.
It wasn't easy. They had to earn everything, and then you guys, you put pressure on their defense, and you was putting up points that a lot of people didn't expect you to put up, especially not me, because I took Buffalo with the points. So I like this thing. I think the Giants are riding high right now. Jackson Dart experiment, even though, like he said, the stats weren't that glaring. You just lost Malik Neighbors. So where's your offense come from? I think I like Rattler. I figure I like what he did, a lot of things that he did in that game.
Hold on. Give me the Saints here.
You like the Saints, right?
Yeah, nah.
That's right. If you really just think about it.
Yeah, bro. No Neighbors is big.
No
That's
Neighbors.
big
So
time.
it's like you're asking your rookie quarterback to produce points on the road.
Yeah.
Like in a hostile environment, the Saints are the Saints, but that's still a tough place to play.
And like, DeMario Davis be having those boys, you know what I'm saying? Like,
and Josh Allen, who's never sacked, was sacked 3 times.
yeah.
Chase Young interception.
Chase Young in them, bro.
So, and that's Josh Allen at home, but he's fucking phenomenal. So, give me the Saints to, that's one where I feel like a lot of people like the Giants because what they did to the Chargers, and they think like, but I think it was more situational with the Chargers injuries that the Giants were able to capitalize off of, and I think the Saints are just playing better ball. So
They hit Justin Herbert 12 times, bro. Like,
It's insane. Yeah, I'm gonna go the other way. I'm gonna go with the Giants covering in that game. Then we got the Titans versus the Cardinals. It is Cardinals -7.5, and it's in Arizona.
Cardinals with
yeah.
Cardinals, right?
Yeah.
I think it's gonna be a blowout.
fucking stink.
Cardinals with the points, all of us.
From my lesson last week when I took the Titans.
Yeah.
7.
Can't trust them boys.
Nope.
We got Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus the Seahawks. It's Seahawks -3.5.
Baker.
We got two good quarterbacks that we've been talking about, and I mean, are playing.
2019 draft.
Yeah, they're playing some good ball.
Baker, yo.
I'm actually go with Seattle on this one. Oh wait, it's minus 3.5. If it was 2.5.
Stand on it.
But I do like Seattle's defense, so I'm gonna go with Seattle minus 3.5. What about you? And Bucky just got an MRI, so we'll see if he's.
Give me Seattle only for, and I like Baker. I like Baker a lot more than I like Darnold. I think they're just a little bit more healthier. If they're playing in Seattle, Seattle's also a hard place to get a W in. Mike McDaniels is one hell of a defensive coordinator. He got them flying around, buzzing. So Baker's gonna be in for a long day at the office. So I can see Seattle winning this game 27-24.
So 24, got you. Oh no, that won't cover it though.
So give me Seattle to win, but give me the Bucks to cover.
Ooh, got the Bucks covering, got you.
Yeah, give me the Bucks to cover.
Commanders versus Chargers. Chargers minus 2.5. Why are you shaking your head like that? Why are you shaking your head like that?
Give me the Commanders to cover, yo. Word to me.
What?
Yo, bro. Bro, you get one loss, bro, and it's like this nigga.
Everything is downhill.
Bro.
No Joe Alt, bro. Did you see my left tackle, bro?
What defensive line are you going against today? I mean, next week. You going against some pass rush?
Deron Payne.
Deron Payne, and that's it. But guess where the biggest hole in my fucking line is, bro?
It don't matter.
Yes, it does.
When you
My
got
center
Brian,
is ranked 46 out of 46.
when you got Brian Burns,
Fuck, bro.
Kayvon, and you got Carter, and then you got Sexy Dexy, and you tell me your quarterback only with the injuries only got hit 12 times. Only 12. And I had 3 guys all
Only
on-
12 is
all injuries. Only 12.
You think it'd be good?
Listen,
only 12 is crazy.
is a high number, but for the circumstance, only 12 should have been like
more.
18. You should never have been able to do shit. You get what I'm saying?
Nah, I feel
So you're going against a lesser opponent on the defensive side of the ball who just got smacked up by who watching this just lose?
Falcons.
The Falcons.
But they didn't have the QB, they had Mariota.
Yeah, but still, the left-handed quarterbacks. And they put up, and how much they put up on that defense? 31, 34.
Like yeah,
Falcons put up
I think
34.
it was-
And ask me how many points the Falcons put up the week before that.
How much?
0.
Damn.
0. So a team that was shut out by Carolina put up 31 against Washington, and Jaden Daniels don't play defense.
Facts.
Just letting you know that.
Bet.
Just letting you know that.
So who do you
Washington, man.
Give me the Chargers.
Washington?
I don't see the Chargers losing 2 in a row. And you're home.
Yeah.
And you're at home. Give me Jim to, dial some shit up. Maybe give some more touches for Omarion Hampton, more play action.
Yeah, it's got to be quick.
Yeah.
Everything ball got to get out quick this week. Yeah.
I also got the Chargers minus 2.5 at home. Then we got the Detroit Lions minus 10.5 versus the Bengals, and they're in Cincinnati. I'm going with the Lions minus 10.5.
Give me Lions 10, bro.
Yeah, the Bengals are abysmal right now.
They're rolling.
Yeah,
They're
Bengals are abysmal. Until they figure out the quarterback situation, they can't move the ball. So
100%
I
agree.
need that loss. So Lions, just sweep the whole AFC North for them, please.
I definitely see that happening. Then I got the Patriots versus the Bills. We got Bills minus 7.5. What y'all thinking? Bills minus 7.5. Think they'll cover that?
No, give me Patriots to cover that.
That's Sunday night football too, in Buffalo.
Yo, I seen the Bills schedule, bro.
Oh, it's one of the easiest schedules.
Bro,
in history,
bro,
Yeah.
in football history, bro.
and then you look at last year's too.
Yeah, they've been getting.
It's like it's ridiculous. I don't know how it is.
It's
Obviously
down.
because the division is horrible,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
that plays a part. But like obviously, everybody switches divisions every year, right? And it's just like they seem to switch on the divisions every year that are the most horrible divisions to play that you want to play that year.
Facts.
And they just I don't know how the fuck they keep doing it, but they keep doing it. And but I think it's gonna be a competitive game. I think, Vrabel's gonna have the New England Patriots, ready to play. I just think, Josh Allen, this is his year, man. This is, I think he wins the MVP this year. I think he goes to the Super Bowl this year. It's all lined up for him.
I was about to say it's written.
So
it's literally
I've
written.
never seen somebody have it lined up like this. So it's there for the taking. He just got to go out and take it. And hopefully he stays healthy to do that. So give me Buffalo to win, but give me New England to cover. And give me a 31-28 ball game.
31-28. I got the Bills covering as well that game. Then we got the Kansas City Chiefs -3.5 versus the Jags.
Yeah. Chiefs are back.
Taking the Chiefs? What about you?
Nah, I'm not.
Give me the Chiefs only because the addition of Worthy it changes the team. When he was out, they didn't look like anything. It may be because they just played us, and that could just be a part. They just played us, but they used the way Andy Reid deploys him all over the field, sweeps and handoffs and gold balls and comebacks and drag routes and just getting him the ball any way and screens any way possible and letting him be an explosive and fast with the ball.
He got hurt their third offensive play against us.
Yeah.
That's wild.
So, exactly. So, and then we seen what they look like without him.
Facts.
And then you add him and it's like, now people are saying Patty Mahomes is back. This is the first 4-touchdown game Patty Mahomes had in
years.
Yeah.
2023, probably.
And, and the first time they scored 30 in hell
since 2023.
So maybe we sparked a mojo. Maybe we got fucked up.
Yeah.
Maybe we just fucked the whole league up.
Real shit.
The Ravens, we didn't even get these motherfuckers hope. That's probably what we did. So I like Kansas City to cover and to beat Jacksonville.
I got Kansas City covering too. What'd you say?
Oh, for sure.
Kansas City. All right. Before we get up out of here, we are gonna everybody just pick their lock of the week. So everybody pick a game that they are the most confident in. Give it last week. I'm probably taking the easy way out. I'm gonna take the Lions versus the Bengals. It's a big spread, minus that 10.5, but the Bengals, like we said, are abysmal. So I'm definitely throwing them on my lock of the week. What about you guys?
My lock of the week is Buffalo at home. Buffalo at home, prime time. Josh Allen, prime time. All the cameras is on him. Everybody wants him to be that next.
Hold on, that's the -7.5. Didn't you take the past -7.5?
Yeah, but lock.
No, got it with the spread. It got to be the spread.
Okay.
Got to be the spread.
Then I'm gonna take my lock. I'm gonna go with the Cardinals.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go with the Cardinals.
I'm gonna double down on that as well.
At home against
you know what?
Tennessee.
For the people, lock of the week, the Houston Texans.
Wow.
Money line.
Go look at that
Houston,
camera and tell them again.
Lock of the week, the Houston Texans. Yeah.
Wow.
Money line.
No, spread only for lock of the week.
Oh my God. Yeah, but still. Since they're gonna win.
Well, that's the spread.
You feel me?
Oh yeah, true.
Plus
What am I talking about? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a good call.
3.5, so.
All right, well, that's our lock of the week. And everybody, that is our latest installment of the Who Knows Ball pod. Anybody else got anything to say before we let them go?
Listen, man, we on to week 5.
It's a marathon, not a sprint, man.
It's a marathon, not a sprint. And a lot of us is hurt right now, but, we're getting some guys back later on in the season. And hopefully, by week, 8 or 9, we're having different conversations and people are weeding each other out to really see, the landscape of where the season's going to end up. So
Pray for LA, man. Just pray for LA.
Let's go Dallas this week, man. Who Knows Ball pod. We'll see y'all soon.
Say you love me, lie to me, sweet. Double R stitched in my seat. Powder footprints falling off my feet. If the wind right, then we straight right. I get money, Kid Cudi day and night.